Daniel in the lion's den, from Daniel 6, titled Daniel, Faithful in the Face of Lions. Meet Daniel. Daniel was a man who loved God with all his heart. Even when he lived far away from his home in a place called Babylon, he never forgot who he was or who he served. He was kind, wise, honest, and always prayed to God 3 times every day, morning, noon, and night. Now Daniel wasn't just an ordinary person. He worked for the king, King Darius, and he did his job so well that the king wanted to make him the leader of the whole kingdom. This made some of the other government officials very jealous. They didn't like Daniel, and they didn't want him to have so much power. So they started to whisper and plan, hoping to find a way to get rid of Daniel. A sneaky trap. But there was one problem. Daniel never did anything wrong. He didn't cheat, lie, or steal. He followed all the rules and worked hard. So the jealous men thought of a new plan. The only way to trap Daniel, they said, is to make a law that goes against his faith in God. So they went to King Darius and said, "O great king, we have a wonderful idea. Let's make a new law. For the next 30 days, no one can pray to any god or person except you. If they do, they will be thrown into the lion's den." The king liked the idea of being honored, so he agreed. He signed the law, and when a king signed a law in Babylon, it could not be changed. Daniel's courage to pray. Daniel heard about the new law. He knew that if he kept praying, he could be thrown into the den of lions. But Daniel didn't hide. He didn't stop. He went to his room, opened his window toward Jerusalem, and knelt down to pray, just like he always did. He gave thanks to God and asked for his help. The jealous men were spying on him and saw everything. They rushed back to the king and said, "Daniel broke your law. He prayed to his God." King Darius was shocked and sad. He liked Daniel and didn't want him to be hurt. He tried all day to find a way to save him, but there was nothing he could do. Thrown to the lions. As the sun set, the king had no choice. He ordered Daniel to be taken to the lion's den. Before Daniel was thrown in, the king said, "May your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you." The stone was rolled over the entrance, and the king sealed it with his ring. That night, the king couldn't sleep. He didn't eat, didn't talk to anyone, and he worried all night about his friend Daniel. A miraculous morning. At dawn, the king rushed to the lion's den and cried out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, did your God save you from the lions?" Then came a voice, "Yes, O king, my God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. They didn't hurt me because I was innocent before God, and I've done nothing wrong to you either." The king was overjoyed. He ordered Daniel to be lifted out of the den. Daniel had not a scratch on him because he had trusted in God. The king's new law. Then King Darius made a new law. He said, "Everyone in my kingdom must respect the God of Daniel. He is the living God, and he rescues his people." And the jealous men who tried to hurt Daniel. The king gave them the punishment they had planned for Daniel. What can we learn from Daniel's story? Be faithful to God, even when it's hard. Prayer is powerful. Talking to God gives us courage. God protects his people when they trust him. When you stand for what's right, God stands with you. Memory verse for kids. My God sent his angel, and he shut the mouths of the lions. Daniel 6:22. Activity ideas for children. Coloring craft. Draw Daniel with friendly lions resting around him and an angel overhead. Lion mask craft. Use paper plates, markers, and yarn to create lion masks. Prayer journal. Help children start a prayer journal like Daniel's prayer habit.